Bonjour, ciao, hello, get ready for Europe. Are you planning a trip to Europe? Whether it's your first time or you've been many times, there are some cool tips and tricks that can make your European adventure easier, cheaper, and much more fun. We're talking about making your money last longer, avoiding tourist traps, and experiencing Europe like a local. Let's look at 10 essential travel hacks to help you travel Europe like a pro. Okay, let's start with the most important rule of European travel. Avoid the huge crowds during peak season. July and August in Europe are beautiful, but you'll be dodging selfie sticks and fighting for tables at restaurants. Instead, think about visiting during the shoulder seasons. Spring, from April to June, is amazing. The weather is getting warmer, flowers are blooming, and the crowds are much smaller. Imagine walking through the gardens of Versailles without bumping into 1,000 people, or finding a quiet spot in a piazza in Rome to enjoy your morning cappuccino. Fall, from September to early November, is another great time. The summer crowds are gone, the weather is still nice, and you'll see beautiful fall colors in many parts of Europe. Plus, you'll find some great deals on flights and hotels. Trust me, traveling during the shoulder seasons is a great idea. You'll save money, enjoy a more relaxed trip, and have a more authentic experience. Imagine this. You're walking on those charming but often bumpy cobblestone streets, dragging your huge suitcase up endless flights of stairs in old buildings with no elevators. Not so charming, right? That's why packing light is super important. A carry-on suitcase or a well-organized backpack is your best friend in Europe. Trust me, you'll be happy later when you're easily hopping on and off trains, moving through crowds, and fitting your luggage into those tiny European elevators. Plus, budget airlines, which are a great way to travel around Europe cheaply, love to charge a lot for checked bags. Save your money for yummy pastries and local souvenirs. Packing light is all about having more freedom and less stress. Here's a tip: pack clothes that you can mix and match. And remember, you can always do laundry. Most towns and cities have laundromats or laundry services. Speaking of saving money, let's talk budget airlines. Europe has many budget airlines like Ryanair, EasyJet, Wizz Air, and more. These airlines can get you from Paris to Prague or Rome to Dublin for less than the price of a fancy dinner. But, and this is important, you need to be smart and read the small print. Budget airlines are known for their extra fees, and those fees can add up quickly if you're not careful. Pay close attention to baggage rules. They can be strict. Make sure you understand the rules about carry-on size and weight, and include any checked baggage fees when comparing flight prices. Also, double-check your airport. Budget airlines often fly to smaller airports that may be further from the city center. This means extra travel time and maybe higher transportation costs to get to your hotel. Don't be surprised. A little research and careful planning will help you avoid those unexpected fees and have a smooth and affordable trip. Now let's talk about the most fun way to get around Europe: by train. Forget traffic jams and airport hassles, train travel is the best. Europe's train network is amazing, fast, efficient, and incredibly scenic. Imagine speeding through the French countryside, seeing vineyards and cute villages go by, or traveling through the snowy Alps. Train travel lets you enjoy the beauty of Europe while getting you where you need to go comfortably. Plus, train stations are usually centrally located, right in the middle of the city. No need for expensive taxis or long bus rides to get to your hotel. Get off the train and start exploring. Websites like Rail Europe and Omeo are great for planning train trips. They compare routes, prices, and schedules from different train companies, making it easy to find the best option for your trip. If you're planning a lot of train travel, think about a Eurail pass. These passes offer unlimited travel on certain train networks for a specific time, saving you money and giving you flexibility. While many people speak English in Europe, especially in tourist areas, trying to speak the local language can make a big difference. Don't worry, I'm not saying you need to become fluent in Italian overnight, but learning a few basic phrases can make your experience much better. Imagine this. You walk into a bakery in Paris, and instead of just pointing at a croissant, you say bonjour, and je voudrais un croissant s'il vous plaît. The baker smiles, you get a warm welcome, and maybe even a free macaron. Even simple phrases like hello, thank you, please, and excuse me can be very helpful. Locals appreciate when you try to speak their language, and it shows that you respect their culture. Plus, it's fun. Learning a few words and phrases can turn everyday conversations into mini language lessons and cultural exchanges. Choosing the right place to stay can make or break your trip. While it might seem like a good idea to book a cheaper hotel outside the city, you'll end up spending more on transportation and wasting valuable time traveling back and forth. Trust me, spend a little more on a centrally located hotel, Airbnb, or hostel. Being in the center of the action means you can walk to major attractions, easily use public transportation, and experience the city's atmosphere. Imagine stepping out your door and being close to the Trevi Fountain in Rome or the Brandenburg Gate in Berlin. Plus, after a long day of sightseeing, you can easily go back to your hotel for a rest before going out for dinner. Websites like Booking.com, Airbnb, and Hostelworld have many different places to stay for every budget. Read reviews carefully, compare prices, and choose a place that's right for you. Let's be honest, tourist traps are everywhere, especially in popular European cities. You know what I mean? Expensive restaurants with bad food near famous landmarks, souvenir shops selling overpriced trinkets, and skip-the-line tours that promise a lot but don't deliver. But don't worry, you can easily avoid these tourist traps with a little common sense. Here's the thing. If it seems too good to be true, it probably is. That cafe with the amazing view of the Eiffel Tower charging €10 for a cup of coffee? Walk a few blocks away and you'll find a nice local cafe with better coffee for much less. Don't buy that I Heart Paris t-shirt from the first souvenir shop you see. Look around in side streets and local markets for more unique and authentic souvenirs. And when it comes to tours, do your research. Read reviews, compare prices, and choose good companies with knowledgeable guides. Free walking tours can be a great way to get to know a city without spending a lot of money. Staying connected while traveling is important. You'll need data for using Google Maps, booking transportation, reading restaurant reviews, and sharing your travel photos online. But roaming charges can be really expensive. Thankfully, there's an easy and cheap solution. Get a local SIM card or an eSIM. You can buy a SIM card at the airport or local phone stores. Just make sure your phone is unlocked before you leave home. eSIMs are even easier. They're digital SIMs that you can activate instantly on your phone without needing a physical card. Companies like Irelo and Holafly offer affordable data plans for Europe. Having a local SIM card or eSIM lets you stay connected without worrying about huge roaming fees. Plus, you'll have access to local data rates, which are usually much cheaper. One of the best ways to experience Europe like a local is to use its great public transportation systems. From the subways of Paris and Berlin to the trams of Lisbon and Prague, European cities are very well connected. Forget about renting a car and dealing with traffic. Public transportation is the way to go. It's cheap, convenient, and often the fastest way to get around, especially during rush hour. Plus, it's a great way to see how locals live and experience the city's atmosphere. Most big cities offer different ticket options, including single-ride tickets, day passes, and multi-day passes. If you're planning on doing a lot of sightseeing, a tourist pass that includes unlimited public transportation and free or discounted entry to attractions can save you money. Apps like Citymapper and Google Maps are great for using public transportation. They give you real-time information on routes, schedules, and even delays, making it easy to plan your trips. We live in a world where we use cards a lot, so it's easy to think you can pay with a card everywhere. While credit cards are accepted in most European countries, there are still some places where cash is important. Small businesses like bakeries, cafes, and market stalls may only take cash, especially for small purchases. Public restrooms often cost a little money, usually in coins, and tipping, while not always required, is appreciated, especially for good service. It's always good to have some local currency for these situations. But here's a tip: don't show off a lot of cash. Keep a small amount handy for everyday purchases and store the rest safely in your hotel safe. Remember, it's all about finding a balance. Use your credit card for big purchases and have some local currency for those smaller, cash-only purchases. So there you have it, 10 travel tips to make your European trip easier, cheaper, and much more fun. Remember, the key to a great European adventure is to pack light, experience the local culture, and travel smart. Do you have your own tips? Share them in the comments below. We love hearing from other travelers. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss any travel tips. See you on the next adventure.